Hi, I'm Jess, and welcome to Spooky Movie Club. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Spooky Movie Club. Welcome to Horror Comedy Month, Week 1. I'm really excited about this month, what we've got in store. First movie we watched was Serial Mom. I put on my best Beverly cosplay that I had in my closet, so I hope you enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and read the back of the box, but if you want to skip ahead to next week's spooky movie or the discussion, I'm going to leave timestamps below. Serial Mom. Every woman wants to be wanted, just not for murder one. Director John Waters brings his twisted cinematic vision to the seemingly mundane world of suburbia in Serial Mom, an outrageous dark comedy starring Kathleen Turner. Beverly is the perfect happy homemaker, along with her doting husband Eugene and 2 children Misty and Chip. She lives a life straight out of Good Housekeeping, but this nuclear family just might explode when Beverly's fascination with serial killers collides with her ever-so-proper code of ethics, transforming her from middle-class mom to mass murderer. Soon, the bodies begin to pile up, and suburbia faces a horror even worse than wearing white after Labor Day. Oh, nice. Featuring appearances by Mink Stoll, Suzanne Summers, Tracy Lords, and Patty Hearst, Serial Mom is a bloody, hilarious tale that's as American as motherhood, the flag, and apple die. I feel like there's so many great puns and call-outs on the back of this. I can't remember the last time we read the back of a box, and I was like, oh yeah, that's funny. Oh yeah, that's funny. That, if I read the back of the box. So I'm excited to discuss, so let's get into it. All right, so we're going to get into my 3 things about Serial Mom. Number 1 is I love how quickly we got right into it. And I was thinking about this. I think I said the same thing about Fright Night, how quickly you discover that guy's a vampire. I said or thought the same thing about Return of the Living Dead, how quickly you get into like zombies coming. I think that may just be a genre thing, but you only have like an hour and a half to really like get things going. But I just thought that was so awesome. You waste no time. Okay, so they're just having a family meal, breakfast, I think, and there's a fly running around. She's obsessed with it. Like she wants to get it. She wants to swat it down. And then the cops come in talking about how her neighbor is getting these obscene phone calls. And she's like, oh, I don't know. I know her, but I don't know where these phone calls. I have no idea what could be going on. And then they leave, and the kids leave for school, and the husband leaves for work, and she goes upstairs and picks up the phone, and surprise, she's the one calling her neighbor, making these obscene phone calls. And you just like, okay, now we're into it. And then I don't think it's much later after that where she just starts murdering. Maybe it's like 5 minutes after. 10 minutes after, it's not too long after, and then it just keeps piling up and piling up. Things get more outrageous as you keep going. I like movies like that. They're like an hour and a half and you immediately get into it, especially with a comedy. I just feel like that's so much more enjoyable. And I thought like, oh, would I have liked if they kind of slowed it down, wondering like, oh, is she the serial mom or is somebody else a serial mom? No. It works out. It plays out as exactly as it should. Rump Roast agrees with me. And I don't think I would have it any other way. I think it was perfectly laid out. The second thing I want to discuss are the characters. I feel like we talk about characters a lot. Maybe that's one of the things I love about movies is just how relatable and lovable the characters are. But I loved the characters in this. Especially Beverly. I thought she was hilarious, but also, even though she's murdering people, like kind of relatable. And I also loved how the kids were like, and the husband and everybody in kind of the world was a cliche. Like you have the son who's into horror movies. And, I think the math teacher, the reason why she kills him is because he's into horror movies and he's like desensitized and he's not paying attention. I think that's kind of why she killed him, because he makes a comment. But yeah, the son is desensitized. He doesn't even really care his mom's a murderer. With his girlfriend, they try to make him escape, but she's more famous than Freddie and Jason. You have Ricky Lake, who is boy crazy and she's crying over a boy, but then she sees another boy and immediately is like, oh my God, I'm in love with him. And they're also all flawed. Like, you would think that, okay, it's just Serial Mom. Serial Mom's the bad guy. But that's not the case at all. They all have their flaws. Every character had a flaw, even within the family. So Serial Mom obviously is a murderer. Somebody wrongs her, she murders them or sends them nasty letters in the mail. The father was upset because the guy called him in on a weekend and was like drilling his cavity out, I'm pretty sure without any Novocaine. The son, obviously, as I mentioned before, is obsessed with horror movies and ends up like trying to like take his mom to like escape. You have the one friend who is a porn addict watching the most obscene piece of film I've get some new movies, sir. Those were traumatizing. And he's just like a crazed teen. And then you have the stereotypical old lady who, I'm not going to rewind my tapes. Why do I? Everybody has their flaws, which I like because then you relate. That's why you relate to Serial Mom. And it kind of makes you think, like, should I be relating so much to a murderer? Makes you question. But I think she got some good points. She has some good points. And the third thing, the final thing I wanted to discuss is for being more of like a comedy, crime, horror-esque film, I have to say the kills were actually pretty interesting and fun. Everyone was different, right? You start off easy where she hits the guy with the car, and then you have the fire poker scene, which is my favorite, I think, when she skewers the evil Carl, I think his name was, and she pulls out his liver or whatever, and then she gets gore on her shoe. That one was great. I loved that. And then she then she kills with the scissors in the closet, and then kills with the air conditioner, and then she escapes the church and then finds a lady who doesn't rewind her tape and was going to kill her with a knife, but then you see her brain going, and the characters thought that she was like not going to murder anymore. But like, I think in her head she was thinking this may be too messy and too bloody, so I'm going to go grab this piece of meat this lady has in the kitchen and bludgeon her to death. And then the kid, she sets him on fire, which was pretty cool at a rock concert. And then the last one, she gets arrested at the rock concert. And then the last one she does is she bludgeons the lady with the telephone, the payphone. They were all different. They were all fitting for the style. There wasn't a ton of blood, but it's still kind of like, ooh, that harsh kind of, even though there wasn't a ton of gore. But they were all super fun, and I was shocked by that because of the kind of movie it was. I didn't think you'd have that kind of variety, and even the touch of gore that it had. Kind of shocked by that. But I also have to say, I mentioned it with the characters, that every single person that got the axe deserved it in their own way. And I would like to say that the woman who stole the parking spot got off real good with just obscene phone calls and some nasty letters, because she would have been first on my list. You don't ever steal a parking spot, okay? Would have ran right into that car. No. So my final thoughts on Serial Mom is I thought it was awesome. Those are my only final thoughts. I thought this film was awesome. I loved the comedy. I loved the story. I honestly loved everything about it. There's nothing that I would say, oh, I didn't really like that. I thought it was a great film from start to finish. Really kept you engaged and laughing. It makes me want to see more John Waters, but I don't know what I'm going to get, and that's the problem. Like, am I going to get more Serial Mom, or am I going to get, like, off the walls, crazy town? Like, I could see Serial Mom pushing the boundaries. Like, I feel like it could have gone way to the left, but they kept it reined in, and I think all the other John Waters movies earlier are, like, far left. We're talking way out there. But but I'm still curious to see them. And I think that this was a great one to start off Horror Comedy Month with, but also I think it will be a tough one to beat because I really did enjoy it. All right, week 1 is done. Serial Mom was awesome. I have heard that it is streaming on Peacock. If you have that service, highly recommend watching it on there. Or grab the Blu-ray, whatever you prefer. But we're done with that one. Tough one to beat. We're going to move on to the next one, week 2. Again, this is one I haven't seen. I know nothing about it. But this new kind of redesigned special cover art that Scream Factory did, I love it a lot. And if this movie disappoints me, like if I'm like drawn into this cover art and this movie disappoints me, I'm going to be very upset. Next movie of Horror Comedy Month is Night of the Creeps. Come on, look at this cover art. This is absolutely wonderful. The good news is your date is here. The bad news is he's dead. I don't know what that means. I'm told these aren't zombies. That's what I was been told. But I'm very excited about this one because this cover art is so intriguing. And I have high hopes for it. And I'm going to be kind of upset if it doesn't live up to that, which is not a good sign. But I'm told that this could be one I really do enjoy as well. So excited to watch it this week. All right, that about wraps it up for week 1 of Horror Comedy Month. I hope you enjoyed this week's movie, and I hope you're excited for Night of the Creeps. We're going to do the viewing party on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Discord, and we're going to do the live discussion Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch. I hope you can make those, hang out with us. I'm going to leave links below, but if you can't, no worries, because I'll be back here on Sunday with the review. Bye!